The year is 1801. The world stands at a quiet but decisive turning point. Empires are reshaping themselves, wars are redefining borders, and new leaders rise as others fall, while science and politics move forward amid uncertainty. Between battles, treaties, discoveries, and social change, 1801 marks the opening of a new century, one filled with promises of progress and the shadows of conflict. In this video, we'll explore the key events of 1801 and how this year helped shape the course of world history. January 1st. The legislative union of Great Britain and Ireland is completed under the Act of Union 1800, bringing about the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland and the abolition of the Parliament of Ireland. Giuseppe Piazzi discovers the asteroid and dwarf planet Ceres. January 3rd. Toussaint Louverture triumphantly enters Santo Domingo, the capital of the former Spanish colony of Santo Domingo, which has become a colony of Napoleonic France. January 31st. John Marshall is appointed Chief Justice of the United States. February 4th. William Pitt the Younger resigns as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. February 9th. The Treaty of Lunéville ends the War of the Second Coalition between France and Austria. Under the terms of the treaty, all German territories left of the Rhine are officially annexed by France, while Austria also has to recognize the Batavian, Helvetian, Cisalpine, and Ligurian republics. February 17th. An electoral tie between Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr is resolved, when Jefferson is elected President of the United States and Burr Vice President by the United States House of Representatives. February 27th. Washington, D.C. is placed under the jurisdiction of the United States Congress. March 10th. The first census is held in Great Britain. The population of England and Wales is determined to be 8.9 million, with London revealed to have 860,035 residents. 1.5 million people live in cities of 20,000 or more in England and Wales, accounting for 17% of the total English population. March 14th. Henry Addington becomes First Lord of the Treasury and Chancellor of the Exchequer, effectively Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. March 21st. Battle of Alexandria in Egypt. British troops defeat the French, but the British commander, Sir Ralph Abercrombie, dies later of a wound received in the action. March 23rd. Tsar Paul I of Russia is murdered. He is succeeded by his son Alexander I. April 2nd. War of the Second Coalition. First Battle of Copenhagen. The British Royal Navy, under Admiral Sir Hyde Parker, forces the Royal Dano-Norwegian Navy to accept an armistice. Vice Admiral Horatio Nelson leads the main attack, deliberately disregarding his commander's signal to withdraw. He is created a Viscount on May 19th. Denmark-Norway is forced to withdraw from the Second League of Armed Neutrality. April 21st. Ranjit Singh is invested as Maharaja of Punjab. May 6th. French Revolutionary Wars. Action of 6th May 1801 off Barcelona. British Royal Navy brig HMS Speedy, although outmanned and outgunned, captures the 32-gun Spanish frigate El Gamo. May 10th. The Pasha of Tripoli declares war on the United States by having the flagpole on the consulate chopped down. June 7th. War of the Oranges ends. Portugal and Spain sign the Treaty of Badajoz. Portugal loses the city of Olivenza. June 15th. A bull breaks through barriers at a bullfight in Madrid, killing 2 people, including the mayor of Torrejón de Ardoz, and injuring a number of other spectators. June 27th. Siege of Cairo ends. Cairo falls to British troops. July 6th. First Battle of Algeciras. The French fleet defeats the British fleet. July 7th. Toussaint Louverture promulgates a reforming constitution for Santo Domingo, declaring himself emperor for life of the entire island of Hispaniola and nominally abolishing slavery. July 12th. Second Battle of Algeciras. The British fleet defeats the French and Spanish fleets. July 18th. Napoleon signs a concordat with Pope Pius VII. August 1st. First Barbary War. Action of August 1st, 1801. United States Navy schooner, USS Enterprise, 1799. Captures the 14-gun Tripolitan corsair Palaka Tripoli off the North African coast in a single-ship action. September 9th. Alexander I of Russia confirms the privileges of the Baltic provinces. September 24th. Joseph Marie Jacquard exhibits his new invention, a loom where the pattern being woven is controlled by punched cards, at the National Exposition in Paris. September 30. The Treaty of London is signed for preliminary peace between the French First Republic and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. October 17th. A coup d'état is staged in the Batavian Republic. November 16th. The first edition of the New York Evening Post is printed. December 15th. Haji Mustafa Pasha, Ottoman commander and politician, is assassinated in Belgrade, Sanjak of Smederevo, by Kuchuk Alija. December 19th. South Carolina College, a precursor to the University of South Carolina, is established in Columbia, South Carolina. December 24th. Cornish engineers Richard Trevithick and Andrew Vivian demonstrate Puffing Devil, their steam-powered road locomotive, in Camborne. The trial is successful, but Trevithick realizes the limitations of steam power in a road-running vehicle and turns his attention to rail, introducing the world's first steam railway locomotive in 1804. Date unknown. The first of a continuous series of censuses is held in France. Thomas Bruce, 7th Earl of Elgin, British ambassador to the Ottoman Empire, begins removal of the Elgin marbles from the Parthenon in Athens. Philippe Pinel publishes Traité médico-philosophique sur l'aliénation mentale, ou la manie, presenting his enlightened, humane psychological approach to the management of psychiatric hospitals. Translated into English by D.D. Davis as Treatise on Insanity in 1806, it is influential on both sides of the Atlantic during the 19th century. Ultraviolet radiation is discovered by Johann Wilhelm Ritter. The magnum opus Disquisitiones Arithmeticae of Carl Friedrich Gauss is published. The Supreme Council, Scottish Rite, Southern Jurisdiction, USA, is founded within Freemasonry. As 1801 comes to an end, we can see that this year was more than just a step into a new century. It was a moment of transition, where old powers faced new realities, and the foundations of the modern world began to take shape. The events of 1801 remind us that history is not made only by great battles or famous names, but by a series of choices, changes, and consequences that echo far beyond their time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for the next chapter.